Can you hear anything?
Well, there we go.
On Sirius XM.
Everyone be on their best behavior, for God's sake. Phil, we're counting on you.
Gonna get Hubble and Fred on the phone.
I think it's all working now.
Some radio show out of Canada. I just didn't know of them at all. Never heard the name or anything. I guess they've been around a while. And they took some weird shot at us, which they since have explained. Yes, quite eloquently. And our fans just beat the shit out of them on their Facebook page. They will do that. And then Humble and Fred basically thought it was hilarious as they're reading some of the Facebook posts. And it was hilarious. That kind of endeared us to them. And yeah. And we said, what the hell? Let's talk to them.
Welcome, Opie and Anthony, everyone, to Toronto. Thanks very much for having us on your show.
Toronto. No problem. I got to turn up the volume here a little bit. Thank you. Where do you guys broadcast from?
It's a residential area with some industrial plazas, really, and we're on the second floor of this sort of shabby industrial plaza in a suburb of Toronto.
To give you some perspective, guys, we're about 2-3 blocks from where our mayor did crack.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Right.
There's some perspective.
This is his jurisdiction.
But why would you pick there? You couldn't pick some, I don't know, cool area or...
Well, you'll maybe relate to this. We've been asked by Sirius XM in Canada to come to their studios in downtown, but we wanted to stay away from them. We wanted to be on our own.
Wow, we're on the same page there, sir.
Yes, we are.
And
we hate being in this facility. We used to have our own little space ourselves that they took away from us.
Look, we're sitting at the table we sit at. I bought in 1984. It was the first dining room table my wife and I bought after we were married. I'm telling you, that's the table we're sitting at right now. And we invested about $3,500 maybe in equipment, and then started this little business.
This could be the first time in our careers, but I think we owe you an apology.
No.
Why?
No, but here's why you don't apologize, because the attention we've gotten from you and your fans is worth all the service in the world. So as far as apologizing, all we can say, and we gave you guys, we actually talked about it on our show, and we didn't really understand this whole jocktobering thing. Of course, we've learned about it now. But I think I have a question for you two, and I think I'd ask this of your audience. What is the normal routine of guys that get targeted? Because I know you guys don't. You actually didn't tell your audience to do this. It's part of the bit. But what do most guys do when they get this onslaught?
They pretty much they shut down their Facebook page. Yeah, they do that, and then they do a lot of crying, I believe. And you guys took it great.
Yeah, it was funny. You guys talked about it. Like, most of them don't talk about it and just make a joke about it. And you read some of the funnier ones, and you read some of the obnoxious ones, and it was very funny to listen to. And most people don't do that.
The genuine feeling that what was posted was so vile and horrid that was cracking me up, man.
Fire. When you read that someone could die in an AIDS fire, it was just funny to hear you read that.
What is that?
That's what I said to Howard this morning too, and there was that Photoshop picture of him taking me from the rear. I mean, and it was bizarre, and I kept looking at it, and I'm thinking, I should hate this more than I do. What's the matter with me?
It's the really unbelievably racist stuff, the little progeria kids. It's just a smorgasbord of filth.
We have we're introduced you to some of the people that we work with. One of them is Phil, a chubby Asian boy that produces our program.
Slabo!
Thank you, Phil. And if it would make you guys happy, we'll have him figure himself during this segment.
Well, that's not his specialty, though.
And then, of course, there's Eileen, who your audience was fantastic with. I believe one of your audiences want her to give birth to the fetus and then kill it with a knitting needle.
A knitting needle?
Yes.
And Phil's still trying to figure out how to fuck a bucket of AIDS. How do you do that?
Oh, they're just the worst fans ever.
I will tell you this. You talk about bringing attention to the story about Stern mentioning you. Our two most downloaded shows of 2014 were the 2 days you guys talked about us. So thank you very, very much.
There you go.
Look at that spontaneous.
It'll lead to some listeners helping out. Before we screw this up, why don't we...
Yeah, all right. Nice talking to you guys.
Opie and Anthony, a real pleasure. And honestly,
Thanks,
the next time we're in the city, we're going to take you guys for a beer. We're going to have Phil finger himself, and it's going to be fantastic.